Tara, you're in Scarsdale, New York. You're chasing the aftermath of the terrible train crash where the Metro North train hit an SUV. You chased down the last steps or the last route that the driver, Ellen Brody, of that SUV took. What do you got?
That's right. So Ellen Brody, 49 years old, mother of three, by all accounts was an exceptional woman. She worked at the same jewelry store in Chappaqua for over a decade, and she did that same drive home every day for over a decade. What happened was there was a detour because there was a highway accident. So this now becomes more of a Metro North accident and includes the highway investigation as well. She was detoured off of her usual route, which she was probably so accustomed to driving, across the Commerce Street train crossing, which is a narrow pathway, and it's a long detour for her to take home. She essentially was on the other side of the tracks that she would normally be to get back to her house. I spoke to some people in the town.
What I've heard is that she's a very nice woman, and everyone is grieving from it.
The town supervisor here, Paul Feiner, said he knew Ellen Brody well, saying it's not just a tragedy for the town, it's a personal tragedy for me. She was an exceptional person and super, super nice. Now, this is interesting because this exact intersection, the Commerce Street intersection where this occurred, there was a fatality back in 1984. 21-year-old Gerard Dunn, his truck actually stopped in the same location in between those two gates, and he was also fatally struck by the train, thrown 750 feet. So over the last 2 years, at New York's 5,304 railroad crossings, there have been 10 fatalities. So it really brings to mind the question of how can we make these crossings safer? What happened in this case? Why did the detour bring her across that small area, across a train track? Is there no other way that she could have gone? So again, the investigation is widening, and the highway investigation is now a part of it.
Tara, what do you know about the eyewitness who was the driver behind Ellen Brody, who said he saw her get out of the car, look at the back of the SUV, and then get back in the car, even though he was waving her, according to him, to back up, and she just went forward? What do we know about that?
Right. He said he couldn't explain it. She got out of her car, looked at the back of her car, got back into her car, and everybody was waving at her, and she actually went in the exact opposite direction, inexplicably so. A lot of people are thinking that maybe she was in shock. Again, she's driven this route so many times in her lifetime that she's probably just doing her daily routine on her way home, and she got shocked, got bumped from behind, maybe thought that somebody had hit her, got out to check it out, got back in the car, and then I think she might have been a little bit startled. But again, nobody really knows what happened behind the wheel and what she was thinking and why she took those steps.